Good morning, English 2 honors. Welcome to my house. Sorry that we are going to be canceled for a little while. I know a lot of you guys are probably happy about the extra time that you get to sleep. A lot of you guys are probably stressed out about not seeing your friends, not hanging out with your awesome teachers, or some combination of those feelings. I know a lot of you guys are stressed out about having to stay home and not be around people that you care about, but just hang in there. We will get through this. Just give it some time and try to stay safe and do what everyone is asking of you in terms of making sure to not risk exposure to yourself or to other people. For today, I have posted an assignment, and the first part of the assignment is just to finish reading chapters 4 and 5 of Night. Some of you have already done that. And some of you left your books in the classroom. And if you did that, you should be able, if you scroll down on Google Classroom, you should be able to find a link to the PDF version of the book that you can click on that and the whole book should be there. And if it's not, if something doesn't work with the link or if you have trouble getting access to what you need, please let me know as soon as possible. If you let me know by the end of the day today, I can try to fix it and try to either give you a different link or I can scan in the pages that you need and get it to you in a different way. But just please let me know, okay? The assignment, first of all, is to read those chapters 4 and 5. The pages are in the assignment. And once you've finished reading, then you have a set of questions. Now, these are a little bit different from the questions that we have done before. The first part of the question for chapter 4, for instance, chapter 4 asks you to jot down 2 key events that happen in Ellie's life in that chapter. So just major things that happen to Ellie or things that happen in that chapter. Sorry, my dog has decided to lose her mind. Things that happen to Ellie or that happen that affect him in some way. So that's the first part for chapter 4. The second part for chapter 4 is that you need to find an example in that chapter of indirect characterization and explain why that is an example of indirect characterization. Now, this might take you back to middle school a little bit to review. So there is a Google Classroom post that I posted on Monday with a link to a YouTube video about indirect characterization. Essentially, there's 2 types of characterization, direct and indirect. Direct characterization is when the author just tells you something about a character. He was hungry. She was tired. He was evil. Okay, those are just things that the author tells you about the character. Indirect characterization is when the author describes something about that character without giving you a specific adjective. So for instance, if you had a character who was staring longingly at a plate of food, then you would know that that character was hungry without the author having to tell you he was hungry. If you had a character punching an old lady in the face and then kicking a puppy, then you would know that this is not a good dude. You don't need the author to tell you he was a bad person. You see the evidence of that. And indirect characterization has a lot of different, there's a lot of different ways that authors can use it. They can tell you about how a character looks, how a character is dressed, how a character talks to other characters. They can give you the character's internal thoughts, like their internal monologue, what we would call it. And so there's a lot of different ways that the author can do that. That YouTube video that I linked gives you a little bit more information about that, but that should be some review from middle school, okay? So if you are still confused about indirect characterization or about what you were supposed to do today, please let me know, and I'm happy to clarify anything for you. I am available the rest of the day to answer any questions up until 4 o'clock. So just post me a question on Google Classroom or email me and I'll get it, okay? And my internet at home is not super fast, but I'm going to do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, and so you have the same task for chapter 4 as chapter 5, okay? So that's chapter 4 and chapter 5, and that's going to be due on Friday. Yeah. So I'm going to be checking that. Last thing really quickly, just be checking back Google Classroom every day. I'm going to try to give you a little video every day just to check in and make sure that you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And if you didn't do the e-learning assignment from last Friday, which I think most of you did, but if you didn't do the e-learning assignment from last Friday, please get that done and submitted before the end of the day, or I have to mark you absent. Okay, so get that handled, and happy working. And again, let me know if you need anything. Thanks. Bye.